Oh my God, that was one of the greatest basketball games ever played. That was unbelievable. The intensity, the just watching the lead go lower and lower as this thing went on, with Brunson putting Wemby in a screen action what felt like every single time, and then the Spurs offense just completely falling apart after a 3-point first half of just the sliders are on 100. And yes, the Knicks momentum was definitely stalled out at the beginning of the game because of especially that offensive foul on Cat that shouldn't have happened. But even so, it was like, oh my God, the Spurs are just dominating them and then some, right? And like the missed goaltend and there were other things, I know, above the cylinder, whatever. Even if the Knicks had more free throws, not even counting the Mitch ones. And then, first off, OG Anunoby. Is that the greatest putback in the history of basketball? I mean, somebody else has probably got like one off the top of their head that is going to rival it, but I mean, they're up 3-1 because of OG Anunoby with an unbelievable putback where they don't guard him on the inbounds. I mean, he was the one inbounding it, and look, I gotta say, some nerd stuff in the middle of just mass hysteria right now, okay? Throughout that run, Brunson was putting Wemby in screens, and even if it wasn't going to result in like Brunson at Wemby directly, although he hit an unbelievable 3 on Wemby. Like that shot that he hit on him and that unreal. But the biggest thing it did was it just made Wemby move and made the Spurs defense move. And then it's like, one time he's closing out to OG because it was like Alvarado screen for Brunson and then Alvarado relocate and then Alvarado drive. And then the entire time Wemby's like, all right, I got a one-man zone around somewhere and OG's open for a corner 3. Let me go to him. OG knocks that one down. Anyway, on the inbound, they run a screen, somebody, to get Wemby switched onto Brunson. So it's just a little thing where you don't know what might happen because the big guy is now up on the 3-point line, but that obviously plays a part in OG getting that put back, right? Oh my God. I mean, they were just so dialed in on where Wemby was defensively throughout that entire comeback. This unbelievable comeback. And they made the shots around it, although he still like blocked Deuce or still had his multiple things around the basket of like contesting somebody or blocking somebody or whatever. But that felt like the cat and mouse game. I mean, it's always the cat and mouse game of Wemby on defense, right? But whether it's like, again, Alvarado screening when he's guarded by Wemby, it might make Wemby switch onto Brunson for a second, and then Castle comes back to Brunson, and then the ball's just zipping around. Like Alvarado had a layup one time where I think Wemby was starting to worry a little bit more about OG after he was like forced to switch on him, or maybe he started the possession on him. I don't know. That was complete insanity. I'm trying to like recount the exact basketball plays here. One time Wemby got stuck on Cat at the 3-point line. Somebody got a layup on that one. Cat also an unbelievable 3, where another thing throughout this comeback, I'm still like, guys, if we can get it to Cat, maybe. I mean, they did open up the second half with more like Brunson, Cat, 2-man action, whatever. But dude, that 3 that Cat made over Keldon, where, I mean, the entire time that Keldon is guarding Cat, it's just elbows and just arms locked and wrestling and the whole thing, right? And, I mean, the dude starts from the paint, because Alvarado eventually gets it to him, and Wemby's not in the play because he's like way over here on Alvarado. Alvarado took Wemby out to the 3-point line, right? And then he drills the 3 on Keldon as he's like falling out of bounds. There was a Josh Hart 3 on an inbound that matters. Like all these little plays that are just going to add up now in the context of that game. It's just crazy, man. I mean, if we can go back to the third, as again, Brunson was just having more success putting Wemby in screen actions because it gets Wemby moving. Obviously, he's not looking to attack Wemby. It's just, if we don't do this, he can just sit in the paint and we can't do anything against him, right? And so, like one time Mitch got a lob. Brunson had a couple of baskets getting Harper on his back. And then just various amounts of OG Anunoby, just hero shots, just tough mid-rangers, step-back 3s, transition defensive plays. Like OG, I mean, the guy is just, he is, OG is unbelievable. And then on the other side of this, we can talk about the Spurs offense throughout this entire stretch where, man, it felt like a heavy amount of Wemby as a screen setter as the game went on. There was like a nice mid-ranger over Cat at some point there, and some crazy putbacks that only he can pull off. And you know what they look like. But man, they kept on trying specific screen actions. And at the beginning of the last game, that stuff was really hitting. But throughout various parts of this series, whether it's the Knicks' help defense, timing is great. Although, as I say that, I mean, the Spurs were so red hot from 3 in the first half where, I mean, some of them were difficult shots, no doubt about it. Like Wemby had a 3 over Huck Porty. Also, Huck Porty finals minutes, hello. Harper, Fox, Vassell are all making various catch and shoots or even threes with like somebody in their face. Like Fox might get a Vassell screen and he's making one over Shamit. Or they also lost Fox on one where I thought it was like, is this zone defense? I don't really know. Cat's closing out to Fox, but Deuce is the closest guy to him. I don't know what's going on. The first half was a complete mess and domination, you know with which angles. And then a whole bunch of stuff happened that I'm trying to voice. Oh yeah, De'Aaron Fox. This is going to... Okay, so first off, Fox had, I want to say, 2 or 3 random bad turnovers in like transition or kind of transition around like half court at some point, like late third, early fourth, something like that. The Spurs still had a comfortable lead, but these types of plays matter. Also, the one where OG blocked Fox, the Spurs were up 1 with like 9 seconds left. I'm remembering this right? They were up 1, he got the ball in transition, and then he shot it, and OG made an unbelievable block. But also, if you're up 1, just hold on to the ball, man. I mean, I understand, like, he was underneath the basket, his momentum was already going that way. Like, maybe it would have been kind of awkward to try to not take the shot in that spot, but also, you're up 1, and there's like 10 seconds left. There's no shot clock. I'm remembering this right? Maybe I'm not. Anyway, 2 plays in the half court to sum up the whole story of the Spurs half court up. Well, let's do big picture first before specific plays. Number 1, went cold from 3. Knicks defensive energy, everything, pressure, communication, closeouts, all way better in the second half. Makes sense. They were like the 7th best defensive team regular season. They've dominated before the last game of these playoffs. Makes sense, right? But also the Spurs through either Knicks switching, pressuring off the ball. Like there was one play where where Wemby and Fox run a screen action, and I believe Champagne's the second screener. Fox twice, like, tries to drive, but he's hesitating just a bit, and Cat's, like, glued to Wemby, and OG is staying on Fox, and he's just like, oh, okay, I don't have this. And then it's a kick somewhere, and then Castle's eventually just got to create out of nothing, because no advantages have been created. Another time where, I want to say it was, like, Harper and Fox, or Harper and Castle, or maybe Castle Fox, whatever. Some version of those 3 on the same play, both try to take, I want to say it was OG and Josh Hart off the dribble. Just ISOs, no passes. Wemby's in the corner as Cat is just on him. That's the play, and it's just nothing. Like, they get a bad shot, whatever. Am I losing my voice? I don't know if I am, but that was truly one of the greatest basketball games ever played. Wemby also bricked 2 free throws, and I'm mostly just in shock. That was unreal. Okay, we talked about whatever the hell happened in that game. I'm sure I missed some stuff in the flow of things. I mean, Harper had some nice drives. Once again, Wemby, the half-court offense convos of just like, look, if you're not able to get just enough of an angle on a screen or versus a switch or whatever. I mean, he had some nice drives on Mitch early in this game, but Wemby was like, he was missing the majority of his shots in the second half, right? So once again, as always with him, self-creation, one-on-ones versus guys that he can't overpower, whether Cat's guarding him or it's OG or it's, somebody on a switch or the Knicks are switching well off ball or whatever it might be. I don't know. I'm delirious after this game, okay? And also those nice drives on Mitch were really just in the first half. Unless I'm forgetting something, yeah, crazy. We were all witnesses to, again, one of the best basketball games ever played. I felt like at one point my takeaway from this game was going to be that it seemed like the Spurs were really locked in on guys helping from the wing on threes. Like, I think the very first play of the game was a Castle skip to Vassell in the wing, or on the wing, as OG helped on the Wemby roll. And then it doesn't matter because what we just witnessed was whatever we just witnessed. The Knicks are up 3-1. It's just unbelievable. Oh yeah, also, why did Vassell and Harper double team Alvarado on that 1-3? Or they double teamed Brunson off of Alvarado. Like, just switch it, guys. What are you doubling when it's Alvarado? Anyway, what a game, man.